In the bid of placating them, they said there was a promise that Port Harcourt Refinery will work by December 2023. Oh, come kidding me again. In the words of Baba Jasko, oh, jigby, 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 jigby. This same Port Harcourt Refinery that Tinibu Silva, the Minister of Petroleum, said was going to be working by December 2022 is what President Tinibu has told us again will work by December 2023? What's going on here? What kind of country have we built?
Hello, my great and wonderful people. How una day today? I hope all of una day well. Today we get a lot of videos for our table. We're going to be so one quickly the review to you concerning the things going to be say it happen right now for inside this country, Nigeria. Just as you rightly see one from the introduction, how it be say Rufai Oseni, the award-winning journalist from Arise News, they come outside to react to the way when it be say Bola Tinibu take Kolobi the Labour Union Congress and also TUC for the protest when it be say they be start yesterday. And everything when it be say it follow that very process. Although would they leave you to watch the full reaction from Rufai Oseni. And after this very one, we equally get another videos when it be say would they review to you one after the other. I beg, pay key attention to this very video because you understand. Say anytime when it be say Rufai Oseni they speak, they talk with facts and figures.
Labour suspends protest and extends dialogue. Rufai, your take on this?
Okay, so a couple of things, Ayo. We had a strike. No, not a strike, a protest. So there was no strike. I don't know why we keep misinterpreting both. A protest is to be able to raise concerns about something. There was no shutdown. Banks worked. Other factors of production worked. But it was only Labour members and their installations that were on the streets. What was this for? To press demands. Did they achieve something? I don't think they achieved anything. I think they just achieved empty promises and committees being set up by the Senate. And only time will tell. In the bid of placating them, they said there was a promise that Port Harcourt Refinery will work by December 2023. Oh, come kidding me again. In the words of Baba Jasko, oh, jigby, 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 jigby. This same Port Harcourt Refinery that Tinibu Silva, the Minister of Petroleum, said was going to be working by December 2022 is what President Tinibu has told us again will work by December 2023? What's going on here? What kind of country have we built? That is the cornerstone of the problem of government, lack of accountability. Just like they told us, they bought shares. Dangote Refinery is going to kick off by August. The first products are going to come out. Where is the product today? You see, it's not that people do not want to believe in government, but government gives the people less reasons every day to believe in them. At first, the government of the APC, when we started in 2015, said they were going to build up refineries, do turnaround maintenance. In over 8 years, that has not worked. That apart. Secondly, all the demands by Labour, a lot of them were not met. I should probably think Labour is just doing it to give the government the benefit of doubt so that they can sit on the table again. But is anything concrete going to come out? It remains to be seen. Let me put that caveat out there. But we can't keep doing this to ourselves. What is the rocket science in making refineries work? If not for corruption. And that's why when President Tinibu set up a special investigator to investigate the CBN, I think they should also do that to the NNPC. I think he should extend the Jimabaze's function mandate also to the NNPC. There are a lot of things that are going on there that they are not telling us. For us to build a country, we must build it with integrity. The reason why Nigerians find it difficult to believe government because government has not given us the chance to believe them. It's just deadline promises here and there. And like I said, I support President Tinibu on his raft of measures to bring in palliatives. But if he doesn't get the implementation right, there will be problems. And vis-a-vis, we are talking about all of this. Then the president sends in 47 names, ministerial names. We are saying we want to cut cost of government. You are increasing the number of ministers. What is really going on here? We are saying something in one stead, we are negating it in another stead. The problem is a revenue problem. That's why we have debts. We don't have enough revenue. That's why we can't show up the defense even against our currency that is constantly being assaulted by global forces. And at the same time, we're increasing cost of governance. Ralph Waldo Emerson says something. He says, what you do speaks so loud I can't hear what you say. I rest my case, Ayo.
All right, I believe say una don't hear everything when it be say Rufai Oseni talk concerning this very issue. You know, when it be say Bola Tinibu stand up to speak as the chairman of ECOWAS and the people of Niger and also other nations, when it be say therefore plot coup, not listening to them, I believe say a lot of us don't see the reason behind them, right? Because in a rare sense, I don't see any coup when it be say it dey much more than the one when it be say you they use your own citizens, they play ball. You they use people when it be say they elect you into power, they do tombo. I don't see any coup when it be say it pass that very one. You will tell your citizens this very one, make promises up and down before you enter office. And at the end, when it be say you will take over the power, no one of them, when it be say you will fulfill. And you will they use the right of the citizens, they oppress them, and also they use and they enlarge yourself and enlarge your family. Before your very eyes, the citizens that they die on daily basis, on countless number, while the security apparatus, when it be said they're supposed to protect the lives and properties of the citizens, you use them as your own bodyguards. I see the reason why it be say una always they call the army the presidential guards, because una don't turn out to be una own civil servant or civil guards, instead to protect lives and property. When it be say yes, they swear by the constitution to guide. You see, huh? All right, now I want to take you back to the international scene. Upon all the gra of the ECOWAS leader, when it be say Bola Tinibu the lead, and every other African leaders, here the stand of the Nigers, yes, the Nigerians, hear their own stand and their own cry, and also the message going to be said they send across to France as their own colonial master. Because honestly, these people, they don't tire, just like as every Nigerians don't they tire of all these our old cargo politicians. Hear this very message. I will come back for more.
The claim for the military junta here is that the foreign minister acting as the head of government as well as the head of the National Guard have held meetings with Paris, and that they have authorized France to carry out military strikes in Niger to free the ousted President Bazoum. We've heard now this response from a spokesperson from the French now telling CNN that France recalls that it recognizes President Mohamed Bazoum and the democratically elected institutions as the only legitimate authorities in Niger. Our priority is the safety of our nationals and our holdings, which must not be the object of violence in accordance with international law. So it's a denial. They're not explicitly saying they're not planning these strikes, but they're not saying they're not planning them either. But that's not likely to go down well with the thousands of people that marched in the streets of Niamey on Sunday against French influence, against France-Afrique, against ECOWAS, the regional body, and against any international meddling. Angry Nigerians smashing windows of the French embassy in the capital, Niamey. Thousands of people outraged at the country's former colonial power a day after it suspended aid and financial support for Niger with immediate effect. Down with France, some said, condemning French support for ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. Unable to get into the heavily protected compound, a window is set on fire and a French flag trashed, a common sight since Wednesday's military coup. Security forces eventually deployed tear gas to disperse the protesters. France warned it would retaliate immediately and in a strict manner in case of any attacks against its embassy, nationals, army, or diplomats, the Élysée Palace saying on Sunday, adding that President Emmanuel Macron will not tolerate any attack against France and its interests. The military junta that ousted the West African country's democratically elected president, keen to show France and the world that it has the backing of the public.
We also came out to tell this little Macron from France that Niger belongs to us. It's up to us to do what we want with Niger, what we want. We deal with who we want and how we want. We are forming support for the army.
A sea of people outside Niger's parliament denouncing France and some raising Russian flags. Long live Putin and long live Russia, the protesters say, demanding that foreign armies leave the country. France has about 1,500 troops in Niger, a key ally in the fight against terrorism in the Sahel. The US has about 1,000 troops in the country involved in counterterrorism operations.
As citizens of Niger, we are against French bases, American bases, Canadian bases, Italian bases, all the bases that are in Niger. We don't need them.
The head of the Presidential Guard, General Abdurrahman Tiani, deposed his boss and declared himself Niger's new leader on Friday, saying he would suspend the constitution and rule with the so-called National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland.
They're really brave, and I support them 100%. We've really suffered a lot. We've suffered a lot because they are our children. A lot of blood has been shed in Niger. We want peace. We want peace.
All right, my great and wonderful people, I believe say you hear the yearning of the citizens, even to the oldest mother, the oldest father, the least of the children. You see the cry of them now. All of them want the military to remain. You see them? Because the place where it be say leaders know they do well, now waiting they happen and it be this very one. And our old politicians, they're supposed to learn from this one. They're not going to learn, no. They try to use force and power. They believe say that one will solve them. Abi? All right. Now, it get one thing when it be say we observe for all these things when it be say it they happen for Africa as we talk right now. Burkina Faso don't also overthrow their president. Mali do the same. This Niger do the same. And so many other nations, when we see they also do the same. And now, a lot of them, don't they reject these people when we see that they claim this democracy, military rule, democratically elected president and all that. They use style. Logistically, they reject them one after the other. You see as these people talk, say they don't need France as their colonial master anymore. They don't need USA. They don't need Italy. They need Russia. Abi? Now, Russia as well, remember a few days ago, how it be said that they hold meeting with Burkina Faso head of state, that 35 years military head of state, the president. Now, see the reaction when it be say it come outside from that very meeting. I believe say a lot of them don't come across that very video. And the way when it be say that they showcase weapons. Russia ready to back some up. Why France ready to back some up? Because this very Africa, this Western world, want use stylishly to divide us Africans into pieces in order for them to suck us dry. And our leaders no one wake up. The one will be said they don't do to us during the time of slavery. He never do them. He never do them. They no one wise. All right, watch this very one. We'll come back.
Своей кучностью пуля практически залетает в пулю. Аналогов ей нет во всем мире. А вот у Фантома...
Каждый образец вооружения с большим интересом.
Не жмитесь, не щемите гостей, пожалуйста, поможите.
All right, my great and wonderful people, I believe you don't see everything by your own self. Who will suffer and last? Now me and you. Now the reason why we they showcase videos like this. Now it will suffer and because it will get where it will tough reach now. All these old cargoes, they get their own private jets and they get their own logistics. When they say they will take boom overnight, leave each and every one of us when they say they don't even get anything to move for land, not talk or say na air, na in you want fly. All right, I'll leave you to share your opinion with us on the comment section, even as we draw the line of this very broadcast here. We'll see you again when we see you. Remember, we love you all. Bye-bye.